Today, I'll be talking about 5 pros and 5 cons of Netgear R6260 AC1600 dualband Wi-Fi router. I have been using this router since last 6 months, and what I have faced, what are the positive points and what are the negative points I have observed during this period, I'm going to discuss about that. Let us first talk about the pros. The first positive point about this router is the best Wi-Fi range and best throughput. I live in a two-storied, more than 3000 square feet area home, and I have found not a single shaded point, single blind spot for this Wi-Fi router. In any corner of my home, in any corner of my house, I can find the Wi-Fi with its full strength. I'm using a basic internet connection for my home, that is a 60 Mbps connection, and in AC band and in 5 GHz frequency I always get the throughput of 59.86 or 59.88 Mbps. So the throughput I'm getting is the best I can say, and the Wi-Fi range is truly a massive one. Now the next positive point I'm going to talk about is the technology that it uses. Dedicated beamforming technology. This is a technology where the router creates a dedicated signal beam for each and every device it is connected with, so that the device gets constant coverage with no signal drop. This beamforming technology enhances the user experience, signal coverage, signal quality, and throughput speed. The third positive point I'm going to talk about is intelligent backup buffering system. This is a very intelligent system introduced in this Netgear router, which creates an intelligent data transfer backup system for slower connection and slower devices, so that you can upstream and downstream your packets with a very little or no lag. This is indeed a very important and very useful pro. The fourth positive point I'm going to talk about is its air ventilation system. Throughout the body of this router, you can find a lot of air vents to keep it cool in day-long usage. My router works more than 22 hours a day, thus it gets hot, and since I'm living in India, in Kolkata, and this is a summer season in Kolkata and temperature is around 34, 35, somewhere around 40 sometimes, the router never gets hot and never loses its efficiency because of all these vents around its body. Lots of vents you can find toward the bottom of the device, toward the side of the device. This air ventilation system is enough to keep the router cool, to work at its best. The fifth positive point that I noticed is its capacity. It can handle up to 1600 Mbps. Of course, in AC protocol and in 5 GHz band, it can handle 2 4K streamings and 2 high graphic online gaming simultaneously, as far I have tested and as far I have seen in these 6 months. I have limited resources to test more than this, but I believe it can handle 4 high data consuming streams at the same time if I try. I trust this device. Now let me talk about the cons, the negative points of this router, what I felt in these 6 months of using. The first negative point I want to talk about is its booting time. It takes more than 1.5 minutes to boot up and to acquire the internet connection. I have used and tested several networking devices, but I haven't seen such a time-consuming boot up and a device that takes such a time to acquire the internet connection. It takes more than 1.5 minutes. And the next negative point I am going to talk about is the visibility of the indicators. It has 4 indicators altogether, and the LEDs are set in such a manner that it is quite invisible from different angles, from various angles. It is visible from the front. If you move this router little up and down, left or right, the indicators are hardly visible clearly. I think this is a con for me. Maybe you won't consider it as a con, but for me, the indicators are blinking or not should be visible properly from any viewing angle. And the third negative point I'm going to talk about is router control interface. This Netgear router has a very nice and well laid out router control interface that you can access from your mobile phone, your mobile devices, or from your laptop or desktop computer. But every time it loads, it takes time. Every page it loads, it takes time. Every tab it opens, it takes time. I don't know why this router control interface is so laggy. Each and every click takes time to execute. Its Nighthawk application for mobile phone is a bit faster, but its full-fledged control on browser is very slow and very laggy. It takes time to load a page, a tab, everything whenever you try to view something. The fourth con I'd like to talk about is its look. Its body is super glossy and of course super scratch prone. The plastic used to build its body is not a very hard and not of very good quality. This is a very good looking router. This can act as a furniture in your home, but its super glossy face and super scratch prone nature makes it hard to use. The fifth con I'm going to talk about is its air ventilation system. Major portion of its vents are placed at the bottom of the device. And now you tell me, if I rest the router on the table or hang the router on the wall, most of the vents gets blocked. Then how the hot air will come out of the router? The complete ventilation system can fail if the vents get blocked. This is a major design fault and this is a negative point for this router. So friends, these 5 pros and 5 cons are based on my observation. Let me use this router for at least a year and then we'll talk about more about the pros and cons, what I might be facing with this. Hope you liked the video. If you liked the video, don't forget to share, comment, and of course don't forget to press the subscribe button and the bell icon. See you in the next video. Till then, keep watching. Let's talk with Chandan. Have a nice one.